Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 18 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. So we'll start this episode with the usual progress report, and you will see that it looks crazy. So I'm supposed to be worth, according to Jeeves' asset, 25 billion. It's an anomaly. Okay, if you look at the old way that I used to calculate this, I got a personal net worth of 7.7 billion, and my wallet is going down. But the reason it is like that is I noticed that Jeeves asset is actually calculating unmined moon ore, and it's giving it a crazy valuation of 15 billion. So what I did do to be able to track the progress, because I feel that you guys like to I mean, that's part of the channel team, that I'm tracking my progress from week to week. So I deducted the value of the asteroid, so that would give me a personal net worth of 9 billion and a corporate net worth of 1.5 for 10.6 billion ISK. So aside from that, I got a lot of small information this week, so I'm going to group that as teams. So we're going to talk Starbase operation, we're going to talk low sec life, we're going to talk about the corp and other cool EVE stuff. So Starbase operation, this has been my first complete week of running a Starbase. It is expensive. I opened my Starbase to the public, but I noticed after, like on Monday, that I didn't set up my access lists properly. So I'm learning that part as I go along. So I actually made I had zero client that use my Starbase. So I'm the only one that refined there, and it should have been open at least for public for at least 3-4 days. So I mean, if you want to open a low sec refinery for money, probably not the best idea. Still, I like running it. It's cool to have your own Starbase, but it is not a good money maker in itself with people using your service, at least not at my current level, and it is not known. I haven't started publicize that Starbase, aside from what I'm telling you guys here. So that we'll see in time if it goes up. What else did I do? Yeah, I have in my Atenor. Can I pull the fit from here? Because I'm not at my system right now. If I go in my structure browser, can I see the fit? No, can't see the fit. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying stuff out now, so bear with me. No. No, okay, doesn't work. Anyway, I only have the asteroid refining rig. So and since I've pulled my first moon chunk, I've been mining moon goo, and if I want to refine it properly, I would need to add that rig there, and it cost around 500 million. So that's another investment that I will need to make to that Starbase, to that Atenor, to bring it up to the level I want. So that's part of other stuff that I'm considering now. So that's about it. I did not start running a second mineral extraction for the simple reason that I just can't keep up with mining everything. So probably that in a week of mining, I'll still be mining that moon chunk. So I haven't seen a reason to actually start another cycle of moon chunk extraction. So I'm saving the fuel for now. So that's about it for Starbase operation. Low sec life. I have been living as my life as a low sec inhabitant for the past week. I would say I'm maybe like I spend like 90% of my time in low sec now. I only do occasional trip to like if I need to go access stuff I still have in Norsaluet that I'm slowly starting to bring over. So that's what's happening there. What happened? I do some ratting around, and I looted a cool rare blueprint, a Garmer blueprint, and I built it. So that was like a cool 60 million drop. That never happened to me in ISEC, so that's one of the good part of living in LowSec. The other thing that happened here is I'm still a snuggly Care Bear, but I'm a snuggly Care Bear that is losing a lot of ships. Actually, this is just one encounter that happened. I was mining in my retriever. I'm starting to lose those retriever often. I started mining. I was mining in my retriever, and I did on local scan. I did see the guy that was incoming, so I fully expect to get gank. I was ready to go duck at my station, but I don't know what came into my mind. I just saw him in local scan, and I was thinking, okay, if he popped too close next to the station, I'm gonna wait for him to warp to me, for me to warp to him. And anyway, I just messed everything up, and he was on me and warp scrambled me before I could go away. But he didn't pod me. I managed to warp out. I warp out with my pod soon enough, and my station was right next to it. And that's actually the cool part of mining right next to your own station. It's pretty easy to go dump your ore. But so my pod went to the station, and I had my Hyperion that I had fitted for PvP. So this was actually my first real Eve fight, PvP fight, where I actually had a ship with guns, because no guns. This is just a moon probe. So that was the first time that I actually fought. I first ran up to him and webbed him and got him, like bursted his shield, and he warped out. And I wasn't sure about the warp scrambler. Should I have activated it earlier or not? So I didn't, and he warped out. And he was like playing around the station and everything. So I would just play cat and mouse with him for a while. And then I caught him up again. And the fight was going actually pretty good. Well, pretty good. I'm a battleship against a cruiser, so it should be. It was supposed to be good. I did manage to get him all the way up to all. So I ate his armor. I got his shield. I got his armor. I was in all when two of his buddy warped in, and that was completely my fault. I was so caught up in the fight. He was alone in the system when the fight started, but I didn't check local. I was in a fight, and it was my first fight, so I was like a little bit crazy. So I didn't check, and his two buddy came in, and they started nuding me. since I had the guy in all the way back to the first guy that came in, dropped a smart bomb on my drone. So, and my I didn't have spare drone. That's another of my mistake. I had like a PvP ship, but with a salvage drone because I also used them for ratting and salvaging. So I just had one set of drones, so I didn't have any more to launch at him. And I continued to fire him with my turret, and that I think was a mistake because my gun weren't hitting him. I know about the transversal mechanic. I don't understand why. I mean, I don't have super high skills for my gun, but I'm still not. I mean, I can pilot. I fly incursion, and I got like decent, at least level 3 skill on every significant gun skill possible. I don't have level 4, but I wasn't hitting him at all. And I switch at one point. I switch on a thorax because one of his friends had a thorax, and I was really eating through the thorax, but I switched too late. So at that point, I didn't have any cap left, and they were needing me faster than I could regen my cap booster, and then I got like. Well, it was like a 3-against-1 fight here. You can see, so good fight, guys. You got me. Expensive lesson, but part of the game. So I'm not actually mad about losing the Hyperion. I mean, I took it out of the station to go fight, so that was a risk I was willing to take. So that's not a problem. I'm more mad because I lost my bounty because they killed me. So that I was happy because I had a bounty, and now I no longer have one. So that I was mad. But anyway, so expensive life lesson in low sec. I'm down like with 300 million because of that, but it's cost of doing business. I'll learn. Hopefully, it was worth it in terms of what I learned from this. Another viewer asked, how come I wasn't war decked yet in the comment last week? And well, the reason is actually pretty simple. It's politics and diplomacy. I didn't set up that station without first talking to a lot of corp in the area. People that are active. There's like at least 4 or 5 groups that are active in the area, and I would say I'm on allied term with a few of them, and at least neutral / non-aggression pact with the rest of them. So I'm part of the local pirate ecosystem. They let me live, and I'm happy to let them use my station for free. So it's a win-win, and for them. And I guess having a refinery there attracts miners, so that's more prey for them. That's one way to look at it from their part. So anyway, and they're cool guys, so I'm having fun with that. I'm still alone in the corp. I had one guy that was a pretty, well, I would say looked like a pretty obvious spy. And it's like people say, okay, Tanak, you're paranoid. Why do you have a spy in a one-man corp? Last week, a few people got ganked in Warp to me because, and I'm publicly telling people that I do fly a Vindicator and I do incursion. So it is like a ship that is worth in the billion. It is a target for ganker. So what I'm thinking is somebody in a corp would know when I'm online, could trace when I'm doing incursion or not. The system that I use and the incursion system are pretty public, so it would be like super easy to ambush me if they knew when I was traveling. So the reason I thought that this character was a spy, or at least from my deduction, was you had a guy that went through 20 corp in the last 2 months, like 1 day in a corp or 2-3 days in a corp, then 1 day in the newbie corp, then 2 or 3 days in a corp, then 1 day in the newbie corp. So either it's a spy or a high drama individual. In either case, it's I didn't recruit him in the corp. So what will I do? Because being alone, and if one thing that I have learned from this PvP encounter that I had is, well, I probably could have won that fight 1-on-1, but 3 against 1 I couldn't. So I need buddy. So I went an unusual route. I actually start digging through my old friend, and I just posted on Facebook, "Hey guys, do you feel like anybody here play Eve and can help me?" And actually, one of my old high school buddy is playing, has a solo corp of his own, and he's been playing for a while, and he's like pretty well a skilled pilot. He's piloting Amar battleship, and he's actually trained to pilot Dread. So but he's playing in his solo corp, so he's probably going to settle in my station, so at least we'll be 2. And I got a guy from work that wanted to try the game, so we might end up being 3 if all works according to plan. So that's like a way to get them in, because it is more fun with people, and it will together you can protect yourself more efficiently, and plus it's more fun to fly a fleet. So that's on the corp side. Other thing that I wanted to show you, because my wallet dropped a bit, is I bought my first capital component blueprint, a capital propulsion engine. It's one of the 4 that I need for the obelisk. So I am actually right now I am researching it, like improving it, because I'm not starting to build it until it is a little bit than this. So I'll have level like material efficiency 7 in 5 days. So I'm researching that one. So that's the first of many. Like I told you, I wanted to build my industrial capability. So this is the first part in that. What else did I build? I built some cool stuff. Not sure if I should be telling you this, but this one is a little more interesting. Where is it? No, it's not here. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking in French instead of English. Oh, I don't see it. Anyway, I build 2 custom office gantry. Okay. Another reason why I didn't see it, because I should be looking at good system. So I have 2 custom office gantry that I've built. I have been sending mail to corp that own POCOs in the neighboring system, because I want to move my PI to low sec. And ideally, I would like to have at least my factory planet where I have 0 tax. So my goal is to, I have in my mid-term goal to get some POCOs. So I have a pretty good understanding of who owns what POCO in the Essence region around my station right now. And I know a few corp that look to be inactive. So I'm not a kind of guy that is shoot first, talk later. I usually try to talk first. So, and I don't my first initial offer to most of the to all of these corp, actually, what I'm offering is I'm asking them if they want to sell their POCO. I'd be more than happy to buy one off of them if they don't think it's worth it. And everybody's saying POCO aren't worth it, but I want one. So a lot of corp just answer no, they're not for sale, and that's cool. I mean, no problem there. But some corp don't answer back. So if they don't answer back, and you look at Ezekiel board, they haven't been active for 5-6 months. Maybe the guy stopped playing. So what's the point in him having a POCO holding a planet if he's not playing? And my buddy has access to a dreadnought, and I built myself nice little POCO bashing Dominix. So 2 of us could be putting that POCO down, and I got some allies that I could offer them free tax. So they would probably be happy with that. So that is something that I have in my plan medium term. Of course, if the people answer back to me and they say, okay, well, no, I'm not selling them. Okay, I mean, it's cool. The thing is, I just don't want a POCO that is not used. So that's another of my plan. So that's about it. Other stuff, the patch has forced us to upgrade our Vindicator, the last patch with the resist that are changed. So there's a change of doctrine in Warp to me, but that's just money that I had to spend to refit the Vindicator. And oh, super cool thing here. I told you that one of the reason I started Eve that started back Eve was I watched the Rooks and King video, and they were so cool. And there's actually a stream with the Lord Maldoror Sunday, so that's gonna be pretty cool. So anyway, that's it for this week. So still happy. What's coming next week is POCO Bash, maybe, not sure, depending on how it goes and if I can manage to coordinate that with my buddy. Incursion, because I need cash, because my wallet is going down. Rebuild myself an Hyperion or I'm thinking an Hyperion because I'm skilled for flying battleship. I'm not skilled to fly. Well, I am. I can fly a frigate, but most of the area where I'm skilled, my character has fighting skill are in battleship. That's where my skill are the best. So that's what I'm flying. I cannot. At some point, I got to at least focus, and I'm already splitting my progression between my battleship skills and my industrial skill. So I cannot also do start train frigate and start. I mean, at some point, I'll just either that or I'll just buy like 20 crappy frigate just to go fight and get the feel for combat. But I'm thinking I'm gonna build another Hyperion so I can rat around in the system, and hopefully my next fight will go better. And that's it. That's it for this week. So that's the plan for next week. So see you guys around. Bye bye.